Okay, I will call this meeting to order, 7:02. Motion? Did you motion it?
Nope.
No, okay, great. Judith, can you lead us in the salute of the flag, please? I love Good job. Yeah. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm going to dedicate, get my notes. All right, I'm going to dedicate this meeting to the Stanford Fire Company. They have been tirelessly responding to very big fires over the last two plus months. The latest is Moody Farm, where the barn broke down and actually burnt down to the ground. That was a Herculean effort by 3 fire companies, Pine Plains, East Clinton, and Stanford, and more than 7 trucks. I live right around the corner from it, and it was really a sight to see. And it's that kind of stuff that, they keep people away from, and, they keep people safe in our communities. And I was really just blown away by the partnership and the tireless effort with which they showed up and put the fire down and didn't ask for anything. So, dedicating the meeting to them.
Roll call. Julia Dakota.
Here.
Charlie Cunningham.
Here.
Eric Hames is absent. Nathan Virtue.
Here.
Teddy Secor.
Present.
Did you guys get Rita's email on adding the Lions Club?
Yep.
Are we okay to add that to the agenda?
Yep.
Yes, I see that now.
June 9th?
6th.
6th. June 6th, the Lions Club wants to hold their annual flea market down at on the hill.
Okay.
And so they wanted to have us approve it now so they could do the flyers in advance.
Cool.
Okay. So motion to approve the agenda with the Lions Club edit.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, town board liaison reports. Theodore, kick us off.
So, really short. The CSC, the Climate Smart Communities Task Force, did not meet last month. We are going to meet this month. Hopefully we can get started now that spring is starting up. The Haunted Fortress did not meet this month, as most people in the committee help out with the high school production, so we're meeting next month also. The Zoning Board of Appeals is meeting next week at the Town Hall. That's at 7:30 next Wednesday. That should be a really short meeting from what I've heard with one applicant, so don't expect anything exciting. And in Julia's stead, last month I attended the Fire Commissioners meeting, and the 3 big items that were discussed, one was the policy on members of the fire department using the building, the premises for that. They're still going to discuss that in next month's meeting. There was a committee that was formed to investigate pricing and options for a new truck and what that would entail, what it would look like, dimensions, et cetera, et cetera. And the third major item is the fire department is applying for a grant that will hopefully, if they get accepted for it, which I think they will be able to get new equipment with that grant money. So those are the 3 big ticket items. And then there were smaller things such as, committee reports from them, but those are, that's all public record. So,
Cool.
And I will be attending this month's fire commissioner meeting in your
Thank you,
stead.
Ted.
So I'm actually I'm really digging the fire department.
See?
It's pretty nice.
It's a good volunteer opportunity.
So those are my 4 reports.
Great. We'll just go down the line.
Over there.
Question to me.
Yeah, nice. The Water Quality Committee met on February 18th, and they were discussing a couple of new members that may be joining soon. They're also working on materials to share with and gather feedback from other committees and town businesses, associations, etc. So they're working on that internally. And they met with the water quality and watershed groups in and around Dutchess County, which may have best practices and informational resources to share. And lastly, I was going to say, the big call out is their initial grant application has not been accepted. So they are going to, they'll be meeting next week, and they're going to regroup and see what the next steps are for that.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to share, Elsa?
Yeah, it's the funding landscape is very competitive right now, is what we're hearing. And a lot of towns have a lot of needs that are unfunded at the moment. So we are lucky that we have a lot of folks who are donating their time, like pro bono. So we have every so often, she's like, don't tell anyone, but like Riverkeeper comes on the calls, and they're all very helpful. We have county planning that joins the calls, and everyone, like not everyone, but it feels like we have a lot of support for what we're trying to do in Stanford. It's unfortunately not funded, and the cost of water testing is very expensive. And so without the grant money, we're really not going to be in a position where we can get like a systematic look. Most of the state right now is focused on PFAS. That's probably not our issue here, but we don't know. Our issue is probably nitrates and coliform, which is septic and fertilizer, or fertilizer and septic, if you do it like that. We're a rural community, and we do have some density. So we have to wait for sort of our time. But I'm still like energized because we keep getting opportunities coming across our plate for funding and partnerships, as Charlie mentioned. So it's a good thing.
If we were to participate, or we being the community, the county is doing the water quality testing. If we can encourage people to participate with that, will that help in any way with the?
Which testing? The PFAS?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to look it up. I'm trying to pull it up fast, but I don't.
Yeah. I think it's a matter of like
yeah.
messaging, right? This is sort of how I think it. Like, we don't know, like, water's not talked about a whole lot. Like in front of the planning board or the ZBA, the only time it really comes up is when like the Board of Health is involved and they're talking about like, septic has to be here or the well has to be here. It's worth a shot, like asking like the committees, like, do we think going after the PFAS is something?
a good opportunity.
Yeah.
At least if
scare people,
or if it shows public interest.
Yeah.
And it's like the public is interested in this, and they're participating at the county level, and we want to go one step further.
Because they're curious.
Yeah, that might. I'm just wondering if it might help. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Oh, you have one
good.
more? Do you have one more?
I do. I guess the other one I'd mention would be the zoning commission is looking to start back up their work that they were doing over the last year on updating the zoning code to bring it in line with the comprehensive plan. They are looking at a date late April, and when we know that, we'll have it out for everyone.
Me?
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Excuse me. Met with the Recreation Commission last night. They had a recent kids cooking event, which did really well. There was a little bit of a challenge with the electrical and getting the cooking plates going, but it's a separate matter.
It's so cool.
They have 2 more happening in April, 1 in May. The 1 in May, though, is already full. The 2 in April, April 13th and April 27th, still have room for kids. On April 23rd, there is a greeting card making class exercise activity.
Oh, cute.
From 1:30 to 3:30, so that's a weekday afternoon. There is the Easter egg hunt on April 4th at 10 a.m. It is recommended to arrive a little bit early to get your little ones ready to run.
Pete's going to help hide the eggs. 'Cause he's a little old. He probably like shove kids aside to try to get them.
We are trying to locate the bunny.
Don't shove Felix.
Exactly. Oh, we found the bunny. The bunny was in the basement. I saw it.
Okay,
Amazing.
I know the bunny was.
It was in pieces in the basement, the costume, not like a bunny.
Don't check the vision. They are working on, and this is planned, so the ask here is to actually save the date. So May 30th, from 1 to 3 p.m., they are going to host a field day or a Stanford Recreation Day. They are planning to incorporate businesses and organizations. They're asking them to participate in a variety of ways. They have not yet reached out to the businesses, so they haven't done a lot of communication as far as the event, but they do want people to be aware that that is something that's coming so that they can participate in some capacity. And the next meeting is April 8th. And, this might be somewhat exciting for folks. They are going to, the town highway department
Oh, yeah.
is going to repave the parking lot. And that repaving is actually going to expand the lot so that it's not such an awkward space to park in certain areas. They're hoping that they do that in the spring and not when they do typical paving, which is more in end of summer, early fall.
Yep.
So that we can actually take advantage of it this year.
Yeah.
That's the lower lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, right now there's like a lot of safety issues with like the fence and stuff like that, so, cool.
Yep.
I think the May 30th one is also gonna be like another like year anniversary of the playground, right? So it's like.
Yeah,
is that how they're
it's gonna be
thinking
a
about it?
mix of an event, just to have fun, like spring's here, but also a fundraising event.
Yep, awesome. All right, I will give the liaison report for the planning board, since Eric is not here tonight. There was one item of business at the February 25th, 2026 meeting, accessory dwelling unit request by Robert Duffy, Diego Salea, 1709 Bulls Head Road, 11.62 acre parcel requesting an ADU building permit. This one's interesting. As you all know, the ADU law passed the town board in 2025, and it made ADUs in the town as of right and not needing planning board approval. County Health Department engineer asked for preliminary approval that the site plan is permissible in our town. Tom Angel, chair of the planning board, had Sarah send a memo to the County Health Department engineer and follow up with phone call, but the County Health Department engineer would not accept the planning board memo. Therefore, the planning board passed a resolution which will be sent to the County Health Department engineer that says that ADUs are as of right if they fall within the parcel guidelines, which is a 5 acre parcel. And this was 11.62. Hopefully, what Eric wrote, hopefully this doesn't happen every time someone in town wants to build an ADU. So in these cases, we tried to clear up some of the red tape, and the Board of Health, I guess, is not necessarily enforcing the Board of Health approval piece on a consistent basis. So that just came up. And then there was one pre-application conference at the February 25th meeting. Site plan special use permit, Jennifer Kipp, number 3 to 8 Kipp's, what's FLT? Float?
Flats.
Flats, okay. Route 82, Stanfordville, New York. Ms. Kipp is looking to replace an existing mobile home on her parcel. She'll come back next month with the type of mobile home she wants to purchase, as it cannot substantially be different from her existing one and must have similar dimensions. And this is according to our zoning code right now. And so this is part of what we want to be thinking about is we're pretty rigid in how we think about replacements of mobile homes, and we have about 80 in town. And Teddy's working on just some of the thoughts around how we should be thinking about mobile homes, tiny homes, just different housing formats, and how we should be thinking about it. So there's just some research that he'll be doing on that and coming back to the board. The next planning board meeting will take place on Wednesday, March 25th. Okay. All right, supervisors report. As Charlie mentioned, the zoning commission is going to start back up at the end of April. We talked in the town board workshop on Monday about how we can continue to make progress on the zoning in general. And the first thing that we're going to do is look at a reorganization of the zoning code, chapter 164. This was one of the first things that came up out of the zoning commission, as members of the zoning commission are across committees like the planning board, the zoning board of appeals, as well as the building inspector's office. And they all said that the zoning code is hard to follow in its current format, and that people are getting lost and things aren't really where they should be under chapter headlines. So the zoning reorganization is going to be literally a moving of sections and a creating of sections so that the information is laid out more clearly. No changing to the wording, no changing to zoning law, but we do have to pass a local law first, starting that reorganization. Once that reorganization has happened, It will allow us to sort of look at things sort of in context, and keep going with the zoning code changes. But that is the first thing that's going to come down the pipe. And on April 12th, we have a planned introduction of that reorganized Chapter 164. These zoning commission meetings, and what we're hoping, because the zoning commission is doing a tremendous amount of work for all the zoning code rewrite, is that those zoning commission meetings, and it will be, I'll get it out in my newsletter once I have confirmation from Sarah, they want those meetings to be really a joint discussion with the public. So that's sort of like your forum to come and ask the zoning commission questions. They are the subject matter experts in terms of folks who come in contact with it every single day. What we found during the last year is that we were fielding a tremendous amount of feedback from the community after a local law had come across our desks at the town board. And while we went back and forth with, let's do a pre-meeting, let's have a public hearing, and then let's pass it, we think this is a better way to move forward so that the public can interface directly with the zoning commission. We will still be introducing, like I mentioned, we'll introduce the local law on April 12th. There'll be a public forum on April 20 on or about April 23rd, and that's not set yet. And then what we'll plan to do is have the public hearing for the town board on May 14th. Following the completion of that reorg, we're going to move forward with additional zoning updates, including probably first provisions related to home-based businesses and non-conforming commercial uses. That is a big one that came up as a priority, and something that the Zoning Commission has already completed work around. And so we feel like that's in a really good spot for us to bring to the public as early as May. The School District Building Advisory Committee, we initially asked for 6 representatives. We were told nicely by the school district that no, we have to stick within 3 members and an alternate. It's important to note that these meetings are open to the public, and anyone can attend, even if they're not serving as official representatives. So the representatives that are officially on the committee are Lauren Osterman, who is our rec director. She is she's an employee and resident and parent in the school district. They asked for an employee of the town. Unfortunately, our town board would have conflicts with at least 2 out of the 8 meetings, and there could be more. So it's really not a position for us on the town board to go and shirk our duties here. So Lauren will be representing the town. Kyle Odell, he is a local finance business owner and father of 4. Brooke Brown, who is a mother of a daughter in Cold Spring, but she was really a lot of the galvanizing force around getting this Building Utilization Advisory Committee set up with a petition. And then Carolyn Blackburn, she is a lawyer in town, and she's going to be an alternate, but she will be attending the meetings as she can. And she offers a really good legal perspective in terms of these are the documents that we can and should be asking for. The committee meetings are set from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., so right in the middle of this meeting at Stissing Mountain Junior Senior High School. Tonight is the first meeting, and then every 2 weeks, the 26th, 16th, 30th, 14th of May. And I think everyone has these, you have these dates, but tonight, March 26th, April 16th, April 30th, May 14th, May 28th, June 11th, and June 25th. And then there is a subcommittee of residents that is being organized to help maintain communication with the community, share updates from the advisory process, and ensure that Stanford's interests are well represented. Participation is flexible, and residents will not be required to attend every meeting in order to contribute. We have a lot, I was very heartened, we have a lot of brain power in this town, and a lot of people were very interested in providing their feedback and expertise as the town and the school district go through this process. I'm going to skip the recreation update well, I'm not. Thank you to the many volunteers who helped clear snow and ice from the pickleball tennis courts this past weekend. It was pretty awesome. I went there with my son on Sunday, maybe it was Sunday, and we grabbed the shovels from the highway department, and then people started joining and like shoveling off the snow, and it was like, oh, this town's so great. It's thanks to your efforts and a little help from the warmer weather, it appears that spring has officially sprung, although you wouldn't know it by today. All right, and I promise I will be done pretty quick here. Okay, EMS ambulance updates. The town is continuing to receive monthly service reports for Empress EMS through the Ambulance Advisory Board. February service data, we had 26 total dispatches, 25 responses, 15 transports, and 7 responses that took longer than 15 minutes. All calls were ultimately answered. We're working to improve the feedback loop between the fire department, the town, and Empress so that service concerns can be quickly communicated, logged, and addressed, and we are setting a meeting for the end of the month so that we can meet Empress, who is our new service provider. Probably sometime around March 30th, end of March. That will be a meeting with myself, anyone from the town board, as well as the ambulance advisory committee, which are the fire commissioners. We're also working closely with Chris Drago, and he will be facilitating a meeting with the supervisor of Mylan with Northwell on March 18th to continue exploring long-term EMS service options and improvements. So that's some good news. Veterans Outreach event, the town is hosting at the library on the 20th, next Friday, from 1 to 4. The event will provide veterans with access to services and information. Special thanks to Ann Liebling for her support in helping organize this event. Judith, if you want to get an update on Burdick Park, or I can give it. Do you want to give an update?
Well, there's nothing happening.
Well, what you told me.
Oh, what I told.
When privilege of the floor, I got one more.
I'll do it then.
All right. The town has received tax collections from the tax collector, and the town has issued the annual payments associated with the tax levy to the general fund, the Bengal Light District, the Ambulance District, the Stanford Free Library, the Stanford Fire Company, and the Highway Department. So thank you all for your timely payments. All right. Privilege of the floor. I put Judith on the spot again.
It's okay.
She's never coming to another town board meeting.
Oh, yes, I am. Got to protect our interests there with Burdick Park. Anyway, now that the snow is melted, it's very wet there, because I drove by, including, unfortunately, on the Hunslet Road side, which was never the place where the real water was. It's on the 82 side. Anyway, we are waiting for the engineers to sign the plan, at which point it will go to the Department of Transportation, and we should get now that we've done everything, we should get approval for the apron. Then we will re-put out the request for proposal to build the park. And it's sort of going to be in 2 ways. One will be a request for a proposal without a boardwalk. There has to be a boardwalk over the really wet section where the amphibian habitat will be. And the other will be with the boardwalk, because we really don't know how much it's going to cost. We are looking for people to bid, so if you know anyone, I'd love names to talk to.
Thank you.
Okay? And I know you spoke to Gail Bond.
I did. Yeah, she was just, she's like, the process of this stuff is, it's frustrating.
She's very concerned about, it's very slow.
Yeah.
And whenever I speak to her, when is it going to happen? But, we granted, the planning board took time, and then the proposal goes out at Christmas. We'll get there, but it's slow.
We don't do this stuff that often, so it's like, especially with 82 being a state road, the DOT has to get involved, it becomes a little bit of a pain.
It will happen,
Yeah.
but it's been slow.
Yes.
Do you think they're getting tired of Stanford yet? Tired of hearing from anybody from the town of Stanford, the DOT?
No, I don't think so. They love
I'm
us.
going to be knocking on their doors.
And I'm sorry, I neglected to, I neglected to give the CAC update.
You can do it now.
Okay, thank you, Rita.
Sure.
All right, so the CAC met last month. Also on the 18th of March, they reviewed the Greenway Compact, which the town board will discuss next month. They are working on preparing the CAC EMC CSC Roundtable Annual Report. They discussed town preserves, including the dog policy and signage, and they are working on providing guidance to property owners on responsible stewardship practices around that. They gave an update on the macroinvertebrate monitoring program and other CAC-led initiatives, including monitoring and awareness efforts related to spring amphibian migration, i.e. frogs that jump across the road and get hit by cars. They talked about participation in the Trees for Tribs program, so there's an opportunity for towns to get free trees to plant along water tributaries. So we talked about that potentially for the rec, because we have a lot of trees around Wappingers Creek, and if we can get, or we don't have a lot of, we do have trees, but we have a lot of old trees, but if we can get more trees, we'll take them. And then they talked about some engagement and coordination with other conservation advisory councils. And sorry, we can go back to privilege of the floor.
I'm done.
Okay.
Jim Griffin, Charlotte Drive. I'm just here to remind everyone that Shrek the Musical is happening at the Stissing Theater Guild at Stissing Mountain High School this weekend. Friday sold out.
Oh,
Sunday's got one ticket left, but there's a number of tickets available Saturday. They'd be happy to sell out. So.
when's the show on Saturday?
7.
I'm going. I'll see you there.
I'll be at all 3.
Oh, really? All right, yeah.
That's amazing. I'm trying to get Pete into, not that anyone cares, I'm trying to get Pete into
Until we
it.
get it right.
Not that anyone cares. All right.
Nice work.
We should all go as a town board. We'll all go on
Well,
Saturday.
I can't, I'm going out of town.
Oh,
That's why
right.
you're covering me.
That's true.
All right. Anyone else for privilege of the floor? All right, thank you. I will make a motion to close the privilege of the floor.
Second. Sorry.
All in favor?
I scared you.
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Okay, pay attention. Yeah.
All right, the first thing on the agenda, and it's just an update, we are planning to, and we'll be talking about it next month at the town board workshop and finalizing, but choosing a vendor to update the town website. It's been very old and it's not ADA compliant. And so we are talking to a partner that's based in Watertown, and they work specifically with small towns in the New England district, and provide a templated solution that can really fit our needs. It'll provide ADA access, it'll provide our ability to schedule alerts so that things can go on and off at specific times. It will allow, it will be much easier for folks within the town, Rita, who's in it every day, to update things. It will just look better, it will function better, and it will make our lives easier. The cost is quite low compared to like what I've seen every day in website redesigns and stuff like that. And they will provide us service. It's about a 6-week process. The website will not go down in the meantime, but just wanting to bring that up to get everyone on the same page. All right. Next, I will make a motion to appoint Don Smith as the building inspector and the code enforcement officer. He's back, and he is, it is a miracle. He showed me his scar, like across his face, and he has steel plates in his back and his neck. It's incredible what he came back from. And so we are welcoming him back. Last week was his first full week. And so I make a motion to appoint Don Smith as the building inspector, code enforcement officer.
Second.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You should probably do that retroactively till the day he started.
Second, March
maybe?
2nd, yeah. Does anyone want to make the motion to appoint John Kemmer? Go ahead. Yeah.
So I will make a motion to appoint John Kemmerer to the planning board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Next is Rev 250. We have a very long resolution.
I can do it.
You want to read it?
Yeah.
But let me just give a little bit of background.
Yep.
Kathy Spears has been hard at work on Rev 250 alongside the fire company and numerous other folks in town. There's a Rev 250 committee. We have a lot of things planned for this summer, including fireworks. Woo! So she just gave us the application for the public display of fireworks, which would be kind of exciting.
Yes.
We haven't had those, I think, like, I don't remember fireworks going off in town. So they'll be at the ball
About
field.
3 years, I think, 3 or 4 years.
Oh, we have them?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now we'll have them again to celebrate America's birthday. So that's just a little bit of what's in store.
Yeah, I don't have it. I
Okay,
got it.
that might be the old one because I added in
I've got the new one.
the budget. in coordination with the budget or something, so it might be the old one that I have.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
Is that it?
Resolution 3A, resolution of the town of Stanford in support of the America 250, also known as Rev 250 commemoration and authorizing related expenditures. Whereas the United States of America will commemorate its 250th anniversary on July 4th, 2026, marking a historic milestone in our nation's history. And whereas on July 4th, 1776, the Second Continental Congress formally adopted the Declaration of Independence, asserting the American colonies' freedom from British rule and laying the foundation for the principles of democracy and self-governance. And whereas the U.S. Semi-Quincentennial Commission, known as the American 250 Commission, America250.org, was established by Congress in 2016 to plan and coordinate the national commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Whereas the New York State America 250 Commission was created to lead statewide efforts to commemorate the founding of the United States and to highlight New York State's pivotal role in the nation's formation and development. And whereas the town of Stanford recognizes the importance of participating in the Rev 250 commemoration as an opportunity to reflect on the town's history, honor the achievements of past generations, educate residents and visitors, and inspire renewed civic pride and engagement. And whereas Town Law 64, Part 12 and 140 authorize town boards to appropriate funds for the proper observance of patriotic and historical events. And Arts and Cultural Affairs Law 57.07 further authorizes local governments to appropriate and expend funds for historical purposes within the jurisdiction, including educational programming, preservation of historical materials, community events in cooperation with historical organizations. And whereas these statutes provide legal authority for the town of Stanford to engage in and support commemorative activities that are educational, patriotic, and historical in character, including public programming, exhibits, community celebrations, and historical preservation initiatives connected to the America 250 commemoration. And whereas participation in Rev 250 activities may involve coordination with local historians, schools, libraries, civic organizations, and regional or state partners to ensure inclusive, meaningful, and publicly beneficial programming. Now therefore be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Stanford hereby express its formal support for the Rev 250 commemoration and affirms the town's intentions to participate in commemorative activities associated with the 250th anniversary of the United States. And be it further resolved, the Town Board authorizes appropriate town departments, committees, and designated representatives to plan, promote, and participate in Rev 250 related programs and events that are consistent with the purposes of Town Law 64 and Arts and Cultural Affairs Law 57.07. And be it further resolved that the Town Board hereby authorizes the expenditures of town funds commensurate with the approved 2026 budget with Rev 250 related activities, which may include but are not limited to educational programming, historical exhibits, community celebrations, patriotic decorations, publications, materials, and collaborations with local schools, libraries, and historical societies, provided that all or such expenditures serve a proper public purpose.
Great.
So I make a motion to accept Resolution 3A.
I'll second. This is basically giving, as long as it is, it's basically giving Kathy permission to spend the funds that are already budgeted for this year.
Julia Dakota,
Yes.
Charlie Cunningham,
Yes.
Eric Ames absent, Nathan LaVertue,
Yes.
Teddy Secord.
Yes.
All right. I have a resolution here. Quick background, we are going to move funds from the salt to the sand. Sorry. I was gonna say it's very timely though. As it's been a very cold year, and so do it with a straight face. I can't make a water to wine joke. So All right, the resolution 3B, budget modification. Whereas the town of Stanford has expenditures for the adopted 2026 highway fund budget lines that will exceed the amount of funds available in these certain budget lines. And whereas the highway fund has funds available in other lines and needs to transfer such funds to provide for expenditures. Now therefore be it resolved that the town of Stanford Town Board hereby amends and transfers from and to budget lines listed below for fiscal year 2026. We are going to move 4,000 from account ending in 42, the salt account, to that 4,000 to the sand account ending in 41. And so, anything else there? We're good. Yeah, I make a motion.
Yep, I got you for the motion.
I'll second it.
Julie
Thank
DeCoto?
you.
Yes.
Charlie Cunningham?
Yes.
Eric Hames absent. Nathan LaVertue?
Yes.
Teddy Secor?
Yes.
All right, Resolution 3C, a simple budget modification for the general fund now. Whereas we got a grant in the courts, and we didn't account for it in our budget because we didn't know we would get it, so we have to do a budget modification. Whereas the town board of the town of Stanford adopted the 2026 annual budget on October 22nd, 2025, whereas the court of the town of Stanford applied for a JCAP grant for $529.99 for court equipment in 2025, but was not certain they would receive the grant award. And whereas the court was awarded the grant for $529.97 in 2026, and whereas pursuant to New York State Town Law 106 and applicable provisions of the New York State Comptroller's Regulations, the town board is authorized to amend the adopted budget by resolution, and whereas such budget amendments do not increase the total appropriations of the adopted budget beyond available revenues and fund balances, now therefore be resolved that the town board of the town of Stanford hereby authorizes the following budget amendments to the 2026 budget. Court grants, account ending in 3021, will increase by 529.97. That's a revenue line. And then expenditure line ending in 21, which is court equipment, will also increase by $529.97.
Second.
Thank you.
Julia DeCoto?
Yes.
Charlie Cunningham?
Yes.
Eric Hames absent. Nathan LaVertue?
Yes.
Teddy Secor?
Yes.
Hungry?
No. This is the odd part. It's been a long day.
Sorry. I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from February 12th.
To do roll call.
I did, didn't I?
No, you have to do a roll call vote for the minutes, because I have to abstain.
Oh, okay. First, we'll need a second one.
Second.
Okay, Julia DeCoto?
Yes.
Charlie Cunningham?
Yes.
Eric Hames absent. Nathan LaVertue?
Abstain.
Teddy Secor?
Yes.
Thank you.
I make a motion to approve abstract number 3 for March. The general fund expenditures of $54,426.41. The highway fund expenditures of $400,000, $258.62. That includes the truck that was approved last month, so hopefully no one falls off their chair. Bengal light stand's not that expensive. Bengal lights was $1,058.08, and the ambulance fund $64,062.50.
Second.
And the capital fund, I think I forgot to add that on, $330.
Oh, yes, $330 in the capital fund.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then under other, I'll make a motion to approve the Lions Club to use the Town Hall front lawn on June 9th for their annual flea
Six.
market. Gosh darn it.
I don't know, we need to think about that one.
I know.
Second.
Thank you all.
It's also the same day as Stanford Pride.
Oh, it is.
Yes, it is. That's what I wrote.
That won't interfere at all.
No,
will it?
no, it's the morning and Pride starts at 1 or 2.
So that means go to the Stanford Flea Market and then go to the Stanford Pride.
I will make a motion to open up privilege of the floor.
I have a quick question.
Oh, yeah.
Something
Is
to
the
wear.
3:30 for the Griffith Park?
First one, the next one.
site.
Buy something.
I believe so.
I believe so too, because they asked about it.
Yeah, yeah, I believe so.
I'm pretty sure it is too.
Yeah, I can look at
The number's right.
It was like such a, thank you.
It was a tiny little thing fix, where we have to fix the site plan.
From when? From December?
It was a December.
Yeah, I don't remember, yeah.
Wagner Hudson.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yep.
Hodson.
thank you.
Great. I'll make a motion to close the privilege of the floor.
Oh, you don't really have to.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Want to stay till
And
7:40?
Julia, you won.
40 minutes.